had to break out the virtual fireplace for this one to calm down. Welcome to episode 6 of the Old Fashioned Podcast. I had to break out he's Mike, I'm Kevin. The fireplace because I've had a day, but let's talk about Godfall right off the bat.
All right,
Godfall's a new game. It's Gearbox.
Which arguably, I'm not a big fan of Gearbox, particularly not a fan of like the
which
one.
Is weird because when I first met you, you were like Borderlands crazy alongside Destiny.
Yeah, and I do enjoy, like, I enjoy the hell out of Borderlands. I enjoy the hell out of Borderlands 1. I love Borderlands 2. 3, I did not dive into 3 at all. Randy just really fucking rubs me the wrong way, man. Like, really rubs me the wrong way.
He rubs a lot of people the wrong way, physically and...
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, and it's not like him... He, like, because of whatever his past actions were, I refused to buy the... No. Like, I would buy the game for... But I don't know why. It just didn't grab me this time. And he just really irritates me.
He also has a very punchable face, so...
Super punchable face. Just right in the crap lousy mouth.
Yeah, like he's a straight up prick, you can tell.
Yes.
So Godfall, I want to talk about, we're going to talk about gaming a lot this episode. So if you're just here for the regular banter, sorry, because next gen came out. I've been playing some games in my free time. Wow, what a concept. I held to my word. I did not turn any streams on, and I have experienced gaming this week, but let's talk about everything. So
okay.
Godfall. So yeah, from Gearbox. The way Tim described it to me, which I think is the most interesting description so far. Keep in mind, Mike and myself have not got our hands on it yet. I have a code for it. It's downloaded on my computer. I have a PS5 code too, but I don't have a PS5 yet, which we'll talk about. So I can play it, but I haven't had a chance to yet because I had a day today. So Gearbox, Tim said it's basically Diablo style loot with God of War's style of combat, which I think you would probably say more Dark Souls, like Dark Souls light.
Okay.
Because it's roll / block.
All right. Yeah.
So Dark Souls-ish light. I'm gonna say light because I don't think it's nearly as hard. Again, I haven't played it yet. With the armor stylings of Warframe, aka there's 12 armor sets you can get, and they give very unique abilities according to Tim.
Now, when you say armor sets, like the pieces are interchangeable, or it's a frame like Warframe?
I believe you have to collect all the pieces.
Okay.
Godfall.
Okay, well that's similar to Warframe, where you have
sets.
to collect all the different shit to build the actual frame.
So according to this, Godfall has 12 armor sets: Aegis Horn, Armistice, Bulwark, Greyhawk, Hinterclaw, Illumina, Mesa. Wow, that's funny because Warframe. Mobius.
Yep.
Phoenix, Silvermane, which is the one you've seen in all the ads with that lion helmet, Typhoon, and Vertigo. So if I click on Armistice, let's say, which looks like cool, it looks like a WoW warrior, I get a shady ad on this website in
naturally
Spanish, which has a police officer.
Really missed the marketing point on that one.
Oh, this is spam. Okay, good. So if I click on Armistice, there we go. It doesn't look like it's in pieces. Now I know Godfall armor screen. I've only looked at this screen once. Inventory. Let me do inventory screen. Inventory screen. So, okay, here it is. I found it. It's 2 weapon slots, a neck piece, a shield, 2 ring slots, and then it looks like a banner and I don't know what that is. Some sort of... And then there is an augments tab, Mike.
Okay.
And your abilities are might, spirit, and vitality. primary DPS, secondary DPS, ailment, chances of bleed, ignite, chill, shock, poison, and curse. Combat is broken down into critical hit bonus, and weapon point bonus damage. So there's no augments tab that I can see like going into it, but the weapons look very unique. The armor sets all look very different, but I don't see a way. It looks like you just get the armor. I don't see it broken out into individual pieces.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if you level up the armor like you do with Warframe, and the augments are actually what make it stronger.
So yeah, the augments are gonna alter your play style and like individualize. And
The
for
armor
lack of a better
further.
term, I'm just gonna call them frames because that's. I mean, it's clearly what they're drawing from.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Very smart. So
Yeah.
it seems like that's the way they're going to individualize the gameplay.
And it's Ben said it's way, he thought it was very like one dimensional and corridory, and he said it's actually way more open world than he thought it was. Not open world. Wow. Don't get the term confused. Open world, probably more in a Destiny-esque way. I played it for 2 seconds because I dropped some coffee off at his house, and he was streaming it, and I went upstairs to try and scare him, and I couldn't. He let me play it for like literally 3 minutes, and I was able to, instead of jumping, they have this like these diamond things, and you like morph to them if you hold down B. And that's how you get from platform to platform. And then you can mantle as well onto a platform. So
I mean, your brief stint with it, what's the gameplay loop?
it's a hacker. It's a hacker slasher.
Okay,
looter.
so you're just running through maps.
That's what it felt like.
Same
Tim
as like
said
Diablo.
the story's horrible, but he paid zero attention to it, and it was fun in a group, hunting down loot and whatnot.
How big are groups?
4, I think, is the max, or 3. Might be 3. 3, I think.
All right.
And it's scaled combat, so it's based on, it's the same way you'd go into old school Destiny, where you pick your difficulty.
See, the whole thing behind, well, there's, I guess.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at. I wonder if this is different on the menu. It says equipment, armory, skills, resources. So it does have skill trees. I knew that already. Armory is separate from equipment, so I wonder if it's a separate screen. That's interesting. Armory screen. Let's see. Godfall armory screen. No, that's still the equipment screen. I mean, the armor pieces look cool. I'm looking at a bunch of different ones that people have made so far.
The aesthetics look great. With games like this, the whole idea is, I mean, from Diablo to Warframe, how powerful can I get? How quickly can I fuck shit up? Or how long can I last? So like horde runs.
Yeah, I really question. I did see Tim do a horde thing.
Okay, so there is a horde.
I think it was horde. I was
this.
only looking for a few minutes, but he unlocked something and it said like defend yourself against X amount of enemies for X amount of time.
That makes sense. I mean, like I said, with this type of game, you need to give players the avenue to become as stupid powerful as they want to become.
Right, it's PvE only, so why not?
Right. And those are the two ways you go about it. Either like a horde mode, or you're just running through like you would with Diablo.
Yeah.
In order to gain like higher rift levels.
Yeah. I'm interested in it. I'm definitely going to mess around with it. I'd love to try and get you a copy so we could run around in PC.
That'd be awesome. I think
or PlayStation if you're investing for Demon Souls.
Yeah, well, I am getting PlayStation. I'm not pre-ordering a console. There's nothing within my
there's literally
career path currently.
Yeah, if you're not
dictate.
us, there's no reason for you to pre-order.
No, I'm not a Sam's Club Diamond Plus VIP member.
Even then, you don't get it till 4 days after it releases.
Like Tim is, who gets it.
That's where I got mine. That's why it's not here.
No, I am definitely getting the PlayStation 5. I'm definitely getting the Xbox. Actually, I just read a really interesting article today about how you don't even technically need an Xbox anymore. If you have an old Steam Link, which I have, you could just buy Game Pass and run everything through your Steam Link, because I believe Microsoft signed some sort of exclusive with Steam.
Yeah, but not every Xbox game is on the PC client.
Right, but I mean, when you're talking
There's
about
a lot, but not
like
not every
pinching
game.
pennies, like if like the price difference between the actual box in your house versus what it would cost for Game Pass and what
Yeah,
you get, because I already have the hardware.
They ain't that expensive this
Crazy.
time around. Like I have an X and an S in my house right now. I'll go over the console experience. So PS5, I too ordered from Sam's Club like Tim, and mine is not coming till Monday. We have 2 coming through Rare Drop that are supposed to get delivered tonight, not here. So Alex is waiting for them because he's going to run one over to Tim because Tim really wants to stream Spider-Man. And then the 2 that Tim and I are getting are the ones we're going to use for the giveaways. Winky, winky. So yeah, the Xbox giveaway ended. So the next one's coming soon. We have a few consoles to give away over the next few weeks. So
Nice.
stay plugged in.
Nice.
So I got an X and an S. The X, I ended up, normally I'd put the X in my office, right? So I'm messing around with it. Basically, Mike, what's so interesting about this series of consoles is everything's backwards compatible. So
Yeah.
I got rid of all but my Xbox One X. I gave my brother my day one. I gave my daughter my what's the white one? The S? Xbox One S, not the Series S. So confusing. I gave my daughter that one, and I currently am running the S in my office, which is 500 gigabyte hard drive, so it's a little bit smaller on the storage, but that's the one with no disk drive. I've had no performance issues. It's weird because I have, for 101 Sports, I have previous generation NBA 2K and then next gen NBA 2K both loaded on it. But anything previous generation works. So if I wanted to play Valhalla, I can literally switch between my 1X and my Series X because it just won't add the extra enhancements that the Series X has with a good 4K TV. Right. So it'll just literally not downscale it necessarily. It'll play the old gen version of it with my current save.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, because now the 1X is in my bedroom where my day one used to be. And then my Series X is in my living room, but it'll do the better things that it boasts on my Series X in my living room on my 4K TV, which is 60 frames. And it was absolutely, I almost cried. It was so gorgeous because I hadn't experienced a video game like that in so long. So we have that. And then if I want to sit in my bedroom and, downgrade the quality a little bit, I won't lose my save progress. I can still pick up right where I left off and play. And my TV's like upscaled 4K UHD 30 frames probably, but still. The fact that the menu is the same, it's the same exact UI interface as the previous gen.
PlayStation is?
No, Xbox. They're exactly the same. It's the exact same UI. Nothing has changed from the update that they did about a month and a half ago. So it's the same exact thing. It's almost like you're just like, is this the right Xbox? Did I plug the right one in?
Wow.
But the processing power is there. It's a stronger gaming computer. But the convenience of having the Series X in my living room, I don't know. There's just something cool about it that makes me really happy. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I love. I think the Series X is a good machine. I think it's and the Game Pass deal is just stupid with the EA stuff. EA Play Day One added into Game Pass for this generation. Game Pass is a dumb, stupid deal. If you are not the person that needs to play the new game on day one, or you're sick of whatever and you're in a downswing for games you're interested in, get Game Pass. There's so many games on Game Pass. It's silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
Silly. You can get Dead by Daylight for Xbox. It's on Game Pass. Destiny Beyond Light is on Game Pass.
That's I said, not that long ago. We were debating consoles. It was one of the last WRS episodes, and I was saying I will forever get PlayStation. I will always get PlayStation because the exclusives are just crazy on PlayStation. However, I really think the way Microsoft is going, you got to have an Xbox because it's the gaming of the future. That's where everything's headed, and they're doing such a good job.
It's Xbox is the best thing. Like if your kid wants an Xbox and he's old or games and he's old and they're old enough. I'm saying his because I'm thinking of my son. Xbox is perfect because you can just be like, okay, I got the Xbox, and you can do the payment plan one if you want, which I find insane. You do the payment plan one, and it comes with Game Pass. You're done. You don't have to buy the kid a game ever. It gives it new games every month. Like, it's silly. It's such a good deal. It reminds me of when Netflix first came out, and you were like, do I do one DVD or two DVDs mailed to my house?
The $5.
Yeah, it was wild. And that's what Game Pass currently feels like. And it's changing the industry because now, now the thing is to vie for who can get these new games released on their subscription plans on day one. And Xbox right now is the only one killing that. The fact that Destiny Beyond Light, regardless of your feelings on Destiny, is available to Game Pass subscribers on day one is silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's silly. And any Xbox exclusive, day one, it's on Game Pass. It's not like the whole Sea of Thieves is on there. Dead by Daylight, every Gears of War game, they're all there.
All they need to do is start getting the titles. And they're going to start with Elder Scrolls.
That's why they're buying studios.
Yep. And they started buying studios last gen. But once you have once it becomes a necessity to own an Xbox again. Because right now there's no why buy an Xbox?
Game Pass.
But that's it.
But that's going to sell a lot of consoles.
Yeah, it will. But Game Pass can also be accessed on something other than Xbox.
But it's not every game. You have to remember that.
Right. But again, when you're looking at the cost difference.
But you also have to remember your payment for Game Pass the Ultimate includes PC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ultimate.
Is it Ultimate?
I think it's Ultimate includes PC. Because you can do that. Because Hunter has his own account and Game Pass on my Xbox, so I can use it when he's using it. And his is not Ultimate. Mine is Ultimate. Still from Mixer, by the way, because they gave me 3 years of Game Pass Ultimate or something. I don't remember. I haven't had to pay for it yet.
First month $1. Okay, but what's after $1?
Game Pass.
Come on now.
Pricing.
Learn more.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the same thing as you.
God, I'm going to be sitting here reading.
I'm pretty sure it's $15 for Ultimate, and it's $10 for
that's
regular. You're not talking about a lot of money. No, Game Pass for PC straight up is $10.
$10 for PC.
$10 for PC. So $5.
And what exactly does it exclude? Because there are Microsoft exclusives for the coming to Steam exclusively. Excuse me.
Well, I mean,
Microsoft games.
You get Flight Sim on PC. I don't think you get it on console because I don't think this Flight Sim this generation of Flight Sim can even handle console.
Flight Sims are very, very demanding.
This game's freaking huge. And then if you want to download the high texture packs for your areas, when I want to do Central Florida, it's 250 gigs.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the thing.
It's I don't need to virtually touch installed? My house that bad.
Jeez.
My house isn't even in it because the GPS is 6 years old in that game.
I keep getting all these messages coming through hurry, last day to get your Call of Duty Cold War pre-purchase exclusive items.
I'm buying it on console.
Oh my damn. I gotta buy it twice. So Allie plays on console, but she prefers keyboard and mouse. I prefer keyboard and mouse, but if I'm going to use keyboard and mouse, I'd rather choose the PC. So I buy it once on PC, and then I buy it for the Xbox, and I plug up keyboard and mouse to the Xbox.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go controller and enjoy my aim assist.
Hey man, when you're kicking back on that couch relaxing.
That's the point. That's it. That's my new life, dude. So, yeah, that's been my experience with next gen so far. So next week's episode, I'll be able to talk about PlayStation. But
so we got.
I've also been playing Watch Dogs Legion on my PC.
Oh,
the concept of that game is so interesting. First of all, cutest marketing. Any other Ubisoft game that you have in your inventory on Xbox or whatever you have it on currently has the pig mask person hacked into it. So like Odyssey, it's not Cassandra, it's because the game's all about hacking.
That's
so the Ghost Recon one is the guy in the pig mask and the suit sitting where, you know, normally this I forget the guy's name from Ghost Recon, but would be sitting. They had them hack it, which I thought was hilarious.
That's pretty good.
But Legion's interesting. It follows the mobile game method and not in a bad way. Let me explain before you go, what the fuck?
Yeah, please.
Have you ever played like Raid Shadow Legends or Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes or Marvel Strike Force?
Nope.
So the whole point of those games is to collect as many soldiers or warriors or whatever as you can. Okay. And then you level each of them up. That's how they work.
Okay.
So they took this model and basically you're recruiting for DedSec in the game, and you have an army of people that you can choose from. This is the first game I've turned off permadeath when I started it, and I regretted it a few minutes in because then I realized what permadeath meant. When you have 9 characters to choose from, if somebody dies, they're dead. And then you go to the next person, and I'm like pissed now that I didn't turn permadeath on because you can't retroactively turn it on.
Now you have a ton of fucking backlog characters. Yeah, but I mean, you
can release them and get new ones because you can literally walk up to most people on the street and recruit them, which I think is crazy. Because how many permeations of people did they have to go through to make that possible? Think about it. You know, with abilities and looks and weapons and skills, and it's crazy. So, yeah, I regret not turning permadeath on because that would have been more fun.
So you send these characters out on missions?
No, you are the character. You swap between them and you play them in the Watch Dogs fashion. You go do missions, but you have recruitment missions. I currently have underground bare knuckle fighting rings, and then
that's like
and then the main story missions where you're trying to. It's basically London in the future. They're controlled by an automated police force, very fascist. Situation, and they're going around, doing watchdog things, hacking, and there's gangs in the game. But each of your characters has different skill sets. You can swap between them to do different things. Some of them come with the ability to spawn a car or motorcycle on the spot, so you don't have to go steal one. Some of them come with quicker hacking abilities. One guy is a construction worker, so he can summon a construction drone, which you can literally ride over the city. Yeah, it's so cool. And I think it just came out at the wrong time because everyone's jumped now to the new stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's tough. I mean, in all fairness, everything got delayed. Everything got pushed back.
Yeah.
But Let It Die is more of a dungeon crawler, though. But it's the same thing in that game where the permadeath is not optional. It is what it is. You get one character. You have to climb the tower. And once that character dies, you go to your meat locker and you pull out a new body that you want to activate.
I'm looking at the screen, the body.
For Let It Die?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Oh, this is the game that used to be your avatar for PlayStation or whatever, right?
I love that game. Yeah. I love that game. A couple years now.
Yeah, that's your avatar. That's that guy. I know that guy.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah, I wish I left permadeath
Pretty
on.
clever
I'm kind of sad I didn't, because it would have meant more to the experience. But I'm pretty far into it now, so I'm not going to turn.
I was going
around.
to say, is it worth restarting?
No.
I never got into Watch Dog games.
I loved Watch Dogs 1. I actually really enjoyed multiplayer Watch Dogs 1 because there was one mode that was like kind of like hide and seek, and you had to try and blend in as best you could without them hacking your phone to figure out you were the agent and catch you. So that one was fun. I enjoyed that. I haven't done any multiplayer because it doesn't launch till December in this, so I haven't tried it yet. But the game itself is fun. You know, it's that GTA-esque style of gameplay, but you get to hack things, which I think is awesome. The drone thing was my best discovery. I just was like, oh, I can hack this, and then I brought it down. I'm like, can I get on it? Oh my God, I can get on it.
What's the whole premise, though? That's it? You're taking down this, whatever the entity is?
Yeah. You're going through and you're trying to, take down the system.
Right.
Very punk rock.
Okay.
But every character is fully customizable. You steal money by hacking the whole game. You go buy an ATM, you can hack the ATM. You find like phones and stuff left around. You can get money from that. You can spend out whatever you want. You can get new weapons. You can get wardrobe. You can do whatever you want. So you have a hideout, which is under a pub, which is awesome.
Can I spend real world money?
Yes.
And customize my hideout?
Yes. No, hideout, no. Characters, yeah. But yeah, you can spend real world money, but they don't shove it in your face at all.
All right. That's surprising for an Ubisoft title.
No, I mean, Assassin's Creed, the same thing. You can go buy the freaking, Ferryman of the Dead skin in Odyssey, but they never shove it in your face. I remember.
What was the whole
my best
outrage
purchase
behind that?
My best purchase ever in any game was when I was playing Origins and I was streaming it. That was the Egyptian one. And chat tipped me to buy the Unicamel. The Unicamel was a white camel with the horn of a unicorn that was rainbow. And
that's awesome.
I rode that through the desert for the rest of my gameplay because they were like, this tip is specifically for you to buy the Unicamel. And I rode the Unicamel. And then in Odyssey, I had to get the unicorn, which was in game. So I got the unicorn. There's a whole bunch of stuff in Valhalla. I haven't really looked at the store, but there's some cool stuff. I do know that you can get an entire armor set of Thor's armor, and you can.
Everyone's buying that.
No, you have to go get it in the. It is something you have to get in game, and you can find Mjolnir in the game.
I was just about to say, of course they lock that behind microtransactions,
it's a quest.
But you change. Okay, something like that. So something like that, that should never in a game called Valhalla. That armor set should be able to be achieved by anyone who owns the game.
Yep.
Of any standard. Like, I don't care if you order the digital fucking multi-deluxe bang me in the ass version, the fucking standard digital reach around Western grip, whatever version you bought, like that should always be there.
No, the only thing they give you with that is obviously season pass, and then I got the Berserker armor. It's like, dude, that's it. Armor in that's very weird because you level it up through multiple stages, and then you can augment it with runes.
It's becoming very popular, augmenting.
Because it's progression. That's another way to customize your gameplay, and it's progression.
It's time gating.
Yeah. It's and if you don't like the rune you have, you can go hunt for another one.
It stretches out the life of the game a little bit. Your time game. But so I keep pulling up these games now, and I'm seeing for the next gen, and I'm like, fuck, it's like $70 now. $80. All these prices are going up. I can't. It's such a. So the one side of the argument is, well, like for people who were interested in buying maybe upgraded versions of the game, the digital deluxe version for an extra $10, and they were already spending $70 on a game regardless, right? But there were those who the 60 was where it's at. I it's such a toss up. I don't agree with the price hiking games. And I get that it hasn't been changed in so long. I get that.
It's never been adjusted. It hasn't been adjusted for inflation. And development costs have gone way up. You know, while you can make a game with a studio of 20 people, now a lot of these games need a couple hundred. You know, and the cadence of releases has grown, and the amount of games available has grown. The platforms have grown. But the cost of a physical game has actually gone down, inflation permitting, over time. Even further, because you do now have things like Game Pass, and you do have the ability to buy $15, $10, $20 games as well.
If you play on PC.
Mostly if you play on PC, or you go hunting in the bargain bin at a
Now,
store.
here's the rub, though, and I hear you, and I get it. But they've instituted things like microtransactions in every single game. You have season passes in almost every single game.
Yep.
You have expansions in almost every single game. There's very rare, and it's celebrated now, when you come out with a game like God of War.
Or Jedi
It's
Fallen
rare.
Order.
It's rare, and it's celebrated. So, you know, I get it that it hasn't been adjusted, but really, has it not been? Because I feel like the industry, in a very in a very sneaky way, they did adjust. They did.
They had to, they had to mitigate cost. I wouldn't necessarily call it sneaky, though. I would just say it was.
I mean, they didn't force it on you.
No, it was an optional, which is what most people would celebrate. It's not forced on me.
But they removed things from the game in order to offset the cost.
Yeah, what would be a normal game back in the day is not a normal game. But you also have to remember this, Mike. Your experience in a game is way different now than it was then. And, you know, when you sit down and play Witcher, and you can get 300 hours out of it. Besides Final Fantasy VII, I can't really think of many games back in the day that you can get 300 hours out of.
Smash Brothers? Mario Party? I mean, easy. You would go to your friend's house, and you would bring your controller, your memory card, whatever, and you'd all plug up into the console, and you'd sit there all night playing.
And kids still do that, though. They just do it now.
Oh, yeah.
With Fortnite, and everybody brings their own laptop.
Right. But in order to get that fucking character, you better have the 4th season pass that came out for the 3-year, 4-year-old fucking game. They keep pumping in the extra. So you spend it once, you spend the money on the base game, but 3-4 times out of the year, they're hitting you up for an additional $30. 3 times a year. Plus whatever else you're going to buy. So, I mean, like I said, there are games that I understand. Well, maybe we should raise the cost of this. Something like your God of Wars.
So
where
this is the question now, and this is what comes through everyone's mind. Would you want $80 game, $90 game with no microtransactions? Or do you want to keep the price at $60 and have a store in the game?
Yeah. Well, that's the point I'm trying to make, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm looking at a game, like for me, where like I said last time, I don't necessarily agree with the pre-order bonuses that are coming with Demon Souls, but that is what it is. If in a year they come out with an expansion and I buy the expansion for $20, I don't mind that. But the base game is the base game. It is what it is, what it will always be. What I don't have to worry about is a new fucking character coming out with 8 new weapons to it, and it's a cross between strength and dex build that you can't get in the base game unless you buy this.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But and that's where it's I think it's, I don't know. I just think it's disingenuous the way they're presenting it. To say, well, we haven't raised it in X, Y, and Z, but you have. You have. It's optional. I don't have to, but that just means I'm behind most other people playing. Or I don't get to experience what most other people play. It's optional, sure. but I also don't get the same. I also don't get to experience what they do. Whereas you used to back in the day. I don't know. It's a crapshoot. I get what you're saying with the inflation and everything. I do feel like they have. Games have gone way up. When you look at COD, it's $20-some for a fucking skin. That's crazy.
That's silly. Our Fortnite skins $20?
Not all skins in COD are 20, but most of the good skins are $20.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a skin guy. I don't really, buy those. I think SWTOR is probably the only game I buy skins, but that's also just because my sub comes with coins to spend in their store.
So you might as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them anyway, so I'm not gonna not use them.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a complicated, very very complex, not necessarily something you can solve with a few words situation.
Yeah, it totally is. And the other thing, as I'm talking about this, it's super case by case.
Yeah,
which you can't operate on. You can't. You can't say, well, this game in a AAA standard, you can't. They're not going to do that. There's going to be a standardized pricing and that's it. They're not going to say, well, Activision, what was their last earnings
for
call?
who?
For Activision. Did you see that?
I think I read something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. An absolute absurd amount of money made in their microtransactions, which primarily because they were all happy because, Activision is doing great. That means WoW's doing great. It's like, nah, that came from COD. And it came primarily from microtransactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Activision's, what was it?
Because we know it's not WoW.
No, I mean, WoW was boosted. There's a lot of new players coming in that are resubbing for Classic, but $1.95 billion September. Q3 of 2019 earnings. Oh, wow, this isn't like super. Fuck, I gotta look it up. It was some insane number, dude. An insane number. And it's not like Blizzard's offering a lot. Overwatch 2, still not out. A lot of stuff. Still wait. Like, they have the same games. As big of a joke as it is, Diablo Immortals, still not out. Diablo 4, barely any information. They cut StarCraft 2 down to just maintenance crew. That's done. Gone. HOTS, maintenance. They're not offering a lot for the Blizzard side. They're making all their money on that back end off of one game, but multiple purchases within. So I don't know. I just find it disingenuous. We're not making enough money, but you fucking are. You are.
Yeah,
what you mean to say is you're not distributing it correctly.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. This is a stock shareholder financial conversation situation, which again has to be brought into this equation for sure, because it has become part of what this all is. So.
Isn't that fucking? I mean, that has bled the boring adult life of New York Wall Street Stock Exchange has bled into the reality of gamers. They're very aware of stockholders and shit because of the influence it's having on their games.
Gamers, I mean, gaming is one of, I believe it's the top entertainment industry financially in the world. Even I was watching Portnoy one morning and he was doing his stock show, and his realization of what microtransactions were was hilarious. Because then he went and
why have I not seen this?
Oh, the chat's telling him what microtransactions are. And he's like, "Are you serious?" In his freaking Boston accent. And then he just goes and buys like $250,000 of their stock, of Activision stock.
Yeah. Especially when they release earning calls like this.
It was crazy. It was crazy to watch.
I mean, why not?
That's
especially when they do have releases coming.
That's where we sit right now. That is
because I mean,
what gaming has become. But it also has produced this myriad of games that we can play. I remember back in the day, Mike, you talking about going over friend's house with the controller, blah blah blah. You played the same games over and over again. It was rare that a new game came out that was like, whoa, unless it was sports games. But
yeah, we were
it was
happy with
GoldenEye, Twisted Metal, Mario Party, Smash Brothers. Those are what you went and spent all night playing.
Yeah.
Now it's Destiny expansion comes out and people are pissed after the first fucking day.
What's going on with that?
I have no idea. I haven't paid attention at all.
I keep seeing Stasis pop up on my Twitter.
Stasis is the new elemental tree, and apparently
the more I see people rage, the more I just want it to stay in game.
I mean, they can't get rid of it. It's literally part of the architecture of the new expansion. But apparently the freezing in PvP lasts because it's ice, and the freezing in PvP lasts too long, and it's creating a whole meta thing. But Destiny PvP is never balanced because no one's ever happy. What are you gonna do? That's one of the many reasons I don't really play anymore. I'll probably, now that I know it's on Game Pass, I'll probably play through the story. I'd have to start from scratch though, because I have no characters on Xbox for Destiny 2.
I honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start in that game.
Well, if you get an Xbox, we can jam. But aside from that, I'm not touching on PC ever again.
You know what? You say that, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, there's probably half a dozen games that I would rather boot up and invest time into.
I mean, Shadowlands is in what, a week, 2 weeks?
Yep.
Gotta try Godfall. I want to finish Legion. I got Valhalla. Cyberpunk is next month. I'm good. ESO just opened up Marikath. Avengers is gonna have the Kate Bishop Hawkeye updates soon. Yeah, I'm good.
There's a lot.
Yeah, and that's
like
all,
I said, everything got pushed back.
That's not even me touching like Game Pass and stuff. I want to play Dragon Age and Inquisition. That's a game I've never gotten to play.
Shit that either passed you by or you might not have otherwise tried. Yep. You're going to now because, it's there. It's nice.
Yep. Well, that's going to be my thing now. Baldur's Gate. I didn't play Baldur's Gate yet. I own it. I haven't played it yet.
Trace.
3. You have that horror game, the reissue of that horror game that I got you the code for, Observer or whatever.
Yes. Yes.
I'm want to watch you play it. I want to see if it's up your alley or not.
I thought I was going to get it on tonight. Actually, I thought I was going to be able to get on tonight. Unfortunately, it's as time goes by, it is almost 8:00 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire it up tomorrow.
We had
You're off like all month, aren't you? For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. Knock on wood. Where the hell was I going with this?
You said we had something.
Oh, so I woke up and as I'm going through the other day, WoW announced changes to Warrior. So I was like, fucking.
Yeah. Is that what you're maining in Shadowlands?
I'm probably going to go Ret. I really, really wanted to go Warrior. Or I wanted to go Warrior or DK. Because I played Ret towards the end of BFA. I skipped pretty much all of BFA. But towards the end is when I started really playing WoW. And it just felt so fucking boring. And it's not now. It's really not. There's a lot. It felt like they stretched out the class, and it feels great. I don't like the idea of it felt like not lackluster, but just kind of like, but it still feels good. It still looks great. There's a lot of utility behind it, and there's a lot going on with the there's a lot more going on with the rotation, I should say, than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So my melee is probably going to be Pally, and I'm probably going to stick with Warlock as my ranged. But I still wanted to have my warrior up just in case the buffs that they come out with are like so insane that it convinces me to switch. So I got that up, and then I was running through to get some gear for it because it's sitting at like fucking item level.
Did you do
48.
the pre-event quests?
Yeah, I did them on three characters.
I got my sword on one of my DKs. I got to do some more. The one quest when you go to Northern and they're just like, okay, now you have dailies. I'm like, that was stupid. Why did you bring me here?
Yeah, well, that's where you spend all your time in Northern. Like, your entire time is spent. You do your dailies. So like the start of your day, it's kind of fun because you have a 20-minute window between each rare spawn.
Yeah.
So like you come in, you hit a rare, then you collect all your dailies, you go through, you're doing your dailies. Oh, rare time, head over to the rare, go back. So you probably get like maybe 3 rares. But then after that, once your dailies are done, you're just flying from one spot to another. Wait 20 minutes, kill a rare in 5 seconds. Wait 20 minutes, kill a rare in 5 seconds. And it takes roughly, depending on your RNG, like 3 rares for one item.
And they're dropping at 115?
Yeah, so they drop at 115 unless you purchase gear from the event vendor.
Oh, the commendations?
Is 100.
Got it.
Which I'm finding so I started buying gear like early on because my level was so low.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't do that. Because as
the
I'm
commendations
playing,
or
with so you could buy gear with the event currency.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
So why save it though?
Well, because each rare has a loot table separate to the vending loot table.
Oh, so you were spending and you were getting the drops and then you were...
Right. So I spent currency on a belt because that was my lowest piece.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing rares, a rare belt dropped, and the rares drop items 10 eye level higher than what you can buy.
Yeah, I got you now.
So if I just waited, stocked up 600 fucking event currency, and at that point I would have been like, okay, I'm done farming rares here. I have enough for a full kit at 100. That's good enough. I'll move on to my next character.
Yeah, I got you now. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Instead, because at least at the end of that, I can say, all right, well, this is everything I have already. 2 trinkets dropped, a ring dropped, a belt dropped, and I got a fucking pair of gloves. So all I need is, 4 items maybe.
Yeah, I got you now. Okay. Yeah. I went to go kill him with Thanos, and he was already at 40% when I got there, and I didn't even get to see him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's getting zerged.
Dude, I'm getting crazy lag spikes.
I just wanted to make sure I tapped him so I got credit.
Yep, throw a ranged. I'm just lobbing hammers every couple seconds.
I just put I was DK, so I'm unholy on that one, so I just put a dot on him and
fuck. Is that what you're going with for this expansion?
No, I don't know yet. Probably mage.
Unholy looks strong, man.
I don't like the rotation for Unholy.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
I really enjoy Frost, but the damage just seems underwhelming.
Unholy is all about keeping diseases up the entire time. And I hate anything. It's one of the reasons I don't like Warlock, because you just constantly have to keep your dots up.
Well, so they're saying, I guess Affliction is simming really high. I refuse to play Affliction.
Yeah, I don't like anything where I have to keep like a juggling act. I'll play it, but it's not my favorite. My 2 DPS classes are I love to just throw burst damage, or I love to just dish out huge chunks in melee. I don't like to maintain bleeds or anything like. I just want to beat the shit out of you. Like that is my DPS style. Very grunt.
I don't mind maintaining like 1 or 2 dots. If you could just like throw it in your back pocket.
Fine. That's Shadow Priest. You know, you want to make sure that Shadow Word Pain is always up, and I forget what the other one is.
I'm cool with that.
That doesn't bother. I like Shadow Priest a lot. I should check out the rotation.
What sucks about this is what Pally was in BFA. So you have the builder spender spec, your typical builder spender, and it takes, you know, you're building up. All right, my burst window's off cooldown. Bam, 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 and you're flaccid for like a minute and a half, and you know all of a sudden you start dropping on the meter, and your DPS is just kind of meh. That feels like shit to me. But like that's why, like, if Warrior is riding middle of the pack with their DPS, but then all of a sudden, you know, you pop their burst and it's like boom, 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 and then you come back down to the middle. I'm cool with that. Just a Pally in BFA, it was just like you did mediocre damage during your burst, and then you were just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's Shadow Priest is what I played beginning of BFA, and right when it released, it was the worst DPS class. And I was like, I'm gonna stick with it. And I remember Mitsu was like, Kevin, your DPS sucks in raids. I'm like, I'm doing everything I can. I can't do anything else. The next patch was when I stopped playing because I was so frustrated, and they freaking boosted them so hard. It was like, I give up.
That's my worry.
I just play casually now. Like, I get looking at charts. I understand the allure, but I'm in such a place where it's just like alts and casual play, and let's see how many I can get through LFRs. That's where I'm sitting right now. That's my life.
I'm probably like a step above casual. Maybe.
Yeah, you're I think you'd like to have a solid build, but you honestly don't have time to go out raiding and whatnot.
That's kind of exactly where I'm sitting. Like, I don't have time to dedicate to a static and say, okay, every day of the week we're raiding for 4.5 hours. Like, I can't commit to that. But when I'm playing, I also like to make sure that I have my build is min-maxed and that I'm set, and when I am raiding, that my damage is everything that it could be.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. And so I play a lot on my own and get what I can. We'll see. I've heard horror stories of LFR. I haven't experienced it, so I don't know.
Especially early on and when it first released, it can be bad some runs, but there's also runs where you just walk through, one shot everything, get your gear, and leave. So six in one, half dozen the other, dude.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be my first experience with it.
I'm also like, I have all these new consoles, so
Well, I mean, WoW is coming to console,
exclusively,
right? WoW's coming to console, right? That's what I heard.
I don't know, man. There's something awesome about switching from PC to, you know, a console or Stadia or something with a controller and just laying in bed and doing your shit. There
are games that I will always use a controller for. Always. I find it really difficult, actually, to switch back and forth for like shooters. I find it difficult to go from keyboard and mouse back to controller. It's difficult for me.
Yeah, I mean, your brain is tailored to do one thing, and then you're going to try and teach it to do another. But I don't really see myself playing shooters on PC anymore anyway. So, you know,
because it's the ultimate sweat.
Yeah, and I'm not sweaty. I'm the opposite of sweat, dude. I like to pretend I sweat. I'm not really good, so I just rage, and I'm good with that. It sits okay. You're allowed to.
It's all right.
Oh, you sweaty bastard, you.
It's so good.
Hey, guess what?
I get
While we were doing this, the PS5s got delayed until tomorrow.
And by PS5s, I hope Tim's super sweet Sam's Club version did.
No, that's Monday now. They're coming. I didn't even get one saying Monday, so he might get his before me.
Why the fuck did he get it through Sam's Club?
I literally just want to play Spider-Man. That's it.
I don't know why. I find it
Have you
the angry messages towards Sam's Club. Like Best Buy, you get like you picture that you're like, all right, like console's not showing up. You kind of get Best Buy, but Sam's Club.
Well, the reason
motherfuckers.
The reason we had to get Sam's Club was because Sony botched their on sale. You don't remember this?
No.
Sony went first, and we woke up that morning, and it was like, hey, PS5s were on sale 6 hours ago. Wait, what?
Oh, my God, motherfuckers.
They didn't even email all the people that were on their preferred list, like longtime whatever PlayStation people.
I'm a
They were just
long-time
like, they're on
PlayStation
sale.
person. Where the fuck was my shit?
They're on sale. So then Tim that morning was like, Kevin, they're available at freaking Sam's Club. And I was like, all right, yeah, we have a Sam's Club card for Rare. I'm going to grab one.
What you call BJ's?
Costco had the Spider-Man one on sale today. No joke, dude. You could have physically walked in and picked it up.
Nobody expected the Costco's.
Dude, the PS5 box is humongous. I'm seeing all the pictures online of people with it.
I saw a couple unboxings.
It is enormous. Enormous.
I mean, where are you going to pack all that non-1440 hardware?
Oof.
Oof is right.
Imagine not having 1440 and simultaneously having the larger physical console.
So funny. All I could say is that bitch better run quiet and that bitch better run cool.
Yeah, I mean, nothing will be louder than my day one Xbox One, which sat in my bedroom for years, and you could hear it when it was off, like. Now the One X is in there, it's dead ass quiet. So they've definitely gotten better with that. Good job.
That's what I like.
Good job.
I went upstairs. I went upstairs and I was talking to Allie. I was like, oh my god, what's today? She goes, Thursday. I said, Thursday the what? She goes, the 12th. And I said, yeah, that makes tomorrow
Friday the 13th.
And she goes, Friday the 13th. She goes, okay, is something happening in DBD? I was like, no, but good call. Friday the 13th in 2020.
Wayne pointed out that there was already a Friday the 13th earlier this year, so he's wondering if this Friday the 13th will set everything right.
Okay, but in all fairness,
yeah.
Oh, wait a second. The entirety of what you just said just hit me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe this will fix it.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Oh. I'm still staying inside tomorrow. Friday the 13th. That is a horror game day. Now that I think about it, man, what the fuck was I like? Duh.
Remember that game? You were so
tomorrow.
excited and you were like, this is like a shitty DVD.
Oh, dude. I will say this, though, man. Their studio came out. I don't know if you saw their Twitter video that they posted about the DMCA on Twitch.
Mm-mm.
They did a back end change on their game. And what they did is they added a toggle. And because they have a lot of music from like the Misfits and Alice Cooper in their game.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hit the toggle and it turns off all music, just cuts it out.
Perfect.
So when you're playing their game as a streamer, you click that. And I mean, unless somebody getting murdered happens to sound like somebody else who wants to claim it as their intellectual property, they're going to copyright you anyways. So apparently people are getting claimed for not even having music. Crazy.
The DMCA thing is a mess. Ben did a whole, he interviewed someone who's like an expert on that stuff last week on his podcast, and it was very interesting.
Like a lawyer?
No,
or just somebody who knows copyright law.
He's someone in the music business who's been in the business since the 70s, and he really understood DMCA and who was at fault, and questioning Twitch on what I've said, which is why you own Amazon Music too. You can't make a deal with yourself for a blanket license for the entire platform.
That's a great point. And furthermore, it makes them look even more fucking ridiculous when they issue fixes like just mute your stream.
So dumb.
You guys
I was going to stream Legion
idiots.
the other night, and I was like, I'll just stream it on our Facebook channel because there's good music in this game, and I'm not going to acquiesce to that. Sorry. Why am I not going to enjoy the art that somebody made? They purposefully pick music on purpose that invokes emotion, especially a soundtrack to imagine playing a Jedi Fallen Order without Star Wars music in the background.
That's why there's awards for that in cinema. There's awards for that, for the music.
They have, and even the Game Awards has soundtrack. I think Red Dead or some God of War, somebody won it last year.
Yes, because it invokes emotion. Yes. I mean, arguably, that's 40% of the fucking ambiance. Aside from what you're seeing and the random noises, the music behind it is what's driving. It could even be argued more than 40%. Yeah, I don't know. You take the music away, you take away the experience.
I agree. On that
Knuckin'
note,
futs.
we outie. We had a really cold intro, and I think we should just match it with a cold outro. How do you feel about that?
I like it. Yeah.
All right, cool. He's Mike.
Yeah.
I'm Kevin. Go to raredrop.co and click the old-fashioned podcast button. You can click the merch store and go to kingscoastcoffee.com, because by the time you hear this, cool stuff is going to be on the website for the holidays. So go, be free, children of the sun. I don't know. Goodbye.
Bye.